The Los Angeles Chargers are about to embrace a brand new look for the 2025 NFL season. Check it out here at Chargers. Bolt up, Bolt fam. It has been far too long. How are all of you guys doing here today? Is I, Jake Silva, here on Charger Syndicate, giving you everything LA Chargers news and so much more. If it's your first time here on the channel, I encourage you guys all to like, subscribe, hit the bell button, and keep you up to date on future and past episode videos as well. As we're already at 728 subscribers right now on our road to 1K. As the channel is brought to you by greengridiron.com, guys. As you always know, I always showcase this bad boy right from here, your customizable miniature and life-size helmet at greengridiron.com, guys. Purchase it today with promo code LACSYN, that is LACSYN, for your exclusive discount up at checkout of your favorite team, your favorite style, your way at greengridiron.com, guys. All right, Charger fans, we've been waiting far too long for this, but the day has finally come. And the new alternative unis are absolutely electrifying, and we finally have them released out. The Los Angeles Chargers ended up releasing them here earlier on today on a Tuesday, and boy, do these just look absolutely fire. So we'll start off with a couple of some of those that we kind of predicted. But first, let's talk about some of the new alterations that we have with the current uniforms that we have so far and what we're going to be introducing into the 2025 season. So the Chargers are now implementing the blue pants now in some of our uniforms. So instead of only just the gold and the white, we now have introduced the light blue Charger pants that'll go up very, very well with the white and with the light blue jerseys. So we'll finally have an entire alternate where it'll be light blue everything. Light blue jersey, light blue pants. The other thing is now our road jerseys will have light blue pants, they will have white pants, and then they will also have the yellows. So pretty good alteration. I think it's interesting. I do kind of like the look of it with just the all light blue. I think it's really original in my opinion, but I do think that is going to be such a fire alteration when we start to see it throughout the up and coming season. All right, so now the very first alteration that ended up happening, I predicted it, and I was so happy that they did. The Los Angeles Chargers finally came back with a 2000s all navy look. Guys, I can't stress so much about how freaking unbelievably beautiful that these uniforms are, because to me, it screams out Drew Brees, Phillip Rivers, LaDainian Tomlinson, Darren Sproles, Sean Merriman, Sean Phillips, Antonio Cromartie, and even Junior Seau and Roddy Harrison. Like everyone that has been in these Navy jerseys in the past, before they ended up coming out with the new jerseys in 2007 and all the way up into 2020, these jerseys are just absolutely beautiful. Like the fact that, like I kept talking about, is that the Navy jerseys that they had originally were just yellow and hollow. So the only best way that you could possibly end up fixing this up is just by filling it in with a little bit of some white detail and actually make it like an actual lightning bolt. So the Chargers to really come back with this and it being all navy, and they are going to be showcasing this twice. They're going to be playing this in week 8 against the Minnesota Vikings, and then in week 13 against the Las Vegas Raiders. Of course, of all teams that you want to showcase this against, you're damn right that we're going to be ending up playing against the Las Vegas Raiders for this one. Because honestly, I would love to instill some shocking fear into their eyes. So I absolutely love this for the Los Angeles Chargers. And for Charger fans all around, it just gives me such nostalgia. So you're going to see me an awful lot throughout the season where I would have my Navy LaDainian Tomlinson jersey. I don't even care what anybody says. I am just so hyped about it. Now, finally, the last alteration that the Chargers ended up making, I think this is interesting because it goes back to the history in the 1960s. So there was a so-called kind of a catchphrase known as Charger Power. So in the 1960s, as everybody knows about our history, is it started out when we first came to Los Angeles before having the hefty amount of history into San Diego. But the Los Angeles Chargers are now coming out with these alterations where it's all gold. I think to me, it's truthfully interesting. But I love the all gold jerseys. Don't get me wrong. I actually had seen these up on Fanatics. I've seen them in a bunch of different websites, and they actually have these types of alterations, like as just as like a fun spoof. Um, I wasn't sure like this would actually be for real, but they are. The only thing that I would say critically that I think is interesting is the fact of like just the pants, really, is kind of something interesting because I remember, like watching it with just the history and going back up on tape. I mean, this is back in the days of like Lance Allworth, at a time when we ended up having Johnny Unitas as a quarterback at one point before we ended up getting before we ended up making a quarterback change. But back in those days, they definitely embraced the gold. So it just had a little bit more meaning to it until you started to see a little bit more of just the actual light blue. Me personally, I think if I could have gone like almost like a different type of hueish blue for the pants, I would probably change that, and then I think it would actually complement it very well. But I'll settle with the all golds. I think they're fire. I think it's honestly going to be so much fun watching them the entirety of the season, watching these uniforms. Now they are showcasing this in Week 7 against the Indianapolis Colts, so I think it's going to be fun. I think it'll be interesting. But man, these alterations, and on top of already what we have instilled right now for the Los Angeles Chargers, you better be damn well ready to bolt the fuck up. Seriously, because I am just absolutely just ecstatic for this, guys. I'm excited for the season, and I cannot wait any longer just to possibly, I'm really am going to get my hands on a Navy jersey because you have no idea. That has been the nostalgia since I've been a Charger fan. But I'm excited for this one, guys, and I hope you all are too. That's going to do it here for me on Charger Syndicate. Like, subscribe, hit the bell button. Keep you up to date on future and past videos, and we'll see you guys up on the next episode here. Jake Silva signing off on Charger Syndicate. Take care, guys, and remember, always to bolt up.